Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 83 of Unboxing Wednesdays for books arriving in stores on Wednesday, May 30th, 2012. Rob, a lot of people were excited to see you throwing boxes at me last week again. Well, no, now we have to wait until they're empty and open before we can throw them. So go ahead and open up some boxes. First up today, we've got some Mass Effect 3 figures, and these are Series 2, long-awaited figures. They were canceled once. Now they finally come into stores. First up is Morden. Here's Garrus, Legion, and Miranda. Here is the first of the Jim Lee designed Justice League figures, and it is Batman. It also might be a hard-to-find figure because many stores were what we call allocated on their shipments of these figures. What that means is if we order 20, for example, the distributor might not have had enough stock to fulfill all the orders from all the comic retailers across the world, really. And instead of 20, they would have allocated our shipment so that we only get like 7. So be on the lookout for these today. The board game everybody's been waiting for, The Big Bang Theory Party Game. Perhaps Ricky and I will sit down on a future episode of Previews Reviews and play this one out. Here is a Doctor Who Sonic Screwdriver Mini Torch. Let's try that out. There it is. Ooh. Here's a new HAWKGIRL COMI figure from DC Collectibles. We've also received our newest assortment of prizes for our upcoming HeroClix Infinity Gauntlet tournament play. With a buy-in for the next tournament that comes up in June, you will receive one of these reality gems. You'll have a chance to win this collector limited edition figure. In a classic example of good timing from both Marvel and our distributor, we have a bunch of Avengers t-shirts today. I was being sarcastic there. We could have really used these in the weeks leading up to the movie. First up is this S.H.I.E.L.D. t-shirt, and here is an Avengers logo t-shirt. Here's a Joker t-shirt taken from that iconic panel at the end of Detective Comics issue number 1 from the New 52 relaunch. And here is the New 52 Barry Allen Flash as designed by Francis Manapul. Just before we get into the comics, we have a couple of magazines and books to show you. First up is this DC Nation Super Spectacular issue number 1. This is a new magazine that is geared towards kids. Here is a Tokidoki coloring book. And here's the new edition of Previews magazine, and this is for merchandise arriving in stores beginning in August 2012. I urge you all to go into your comic shops and take a look through the store's copy of this, or pick up a copy yourself, and see if there's anything in there you'd like ordered into the store which your comic shop normally wouldn't get. There's all kinds of things in here: statues, toys, collectibles, comic books, graphic novels, you name it, it's in here. Ricky and I do a segment called Previews Reviews, which you can watch on our channel, where we go over some of the highlights of this book, and that should be coming your way soon. Okay, I've got a lot of graphic novels to show you today, so we'll get started with Mark Waid and Marcio Takara's Incorruptible. Marcio Takara continues to provide amazing artwork on the inside of this book. You should definitely pick it up. And on the flip side of the coin, we have Mark Waid and Diego Barreto's Irredeemable. Batman Prey collects an old Legends of the Dark Knight story arc. And here is the first volume of the New 52 relaunch, Green Arrow. A lot of people have been asking when this book's going to be hitting shelves, and the answer is today. It's Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Promise, Part 2. Adam Warren's Empowered, Volume 7. Batman Death by Design by Chip Kidd and Dave Taylor is a beautiful looking book. It looks like it's mostly done in pencil crayon. It's got a nice textured hardcover. And here is an example of some of the artwork inside. The first volume of the relaunch Wonder Woman, now available in hardcover. X-23 Don't Look Back collects the final issues in the X-23 story. Stephen King's The Stand, Sole Survivors, now in softcover. Villains for Hire, Night Takes King. Here is the latest collection of X-Factor comics. Captain America and Bucky, Old Wounds. The story itself might seem a little boring to people out there. Not a lot of interest in a Captain America and Bucky story. But the art inside of this book is top-notch. It's by Francisco Francavilla. And now available in hardcover, Kick-Ass 2 by Mark Millar and John Romita Jr. Alright, let's move on to the smaller press books. First up from IDW, we have Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. 2 really awesome covers. This is the Snake Eye cover. We've got the foil logos going on at the top again. And here is the Storm Shadow cover. Xenoscope's The Jungle Book, issue 3. Also from Xenoscope is a new ongoing series, The Call of Wonderland. And we also have the Grimm Fairy Tales Oversized Cosplay Special, where a bunch of the Xenoscope characters are cosplaying in this book, apparently. Here is a second print of Mind the Gap #1. This book was a big hit when it was released a few weeks back. Angel and Faith, Season 9, Issue 10. Ghostbusters, Issue 9. I'm hearing through the grapevine that this is going to be a difficult book to find in stores on Wednesday. We've got Star Trek, The Next Generation, Doctor Who, Assimilation Squared crossover. This is cover A, here is cover B, and here is the variant cover. Transformers Robots in Disguise #5 has 2 covers. Walking Dead Something to Fear #98. This is leading up to the big Walking Dead issue 100, and I do have some good news for everybody out there. Image Comics has extended our ordering deadline for copies of Walking Dead issue 100, so we've extended that to all of our viewers and customers out there. You can go to our website for details on how you can get every cover with the exception of the 1 and 200 cover for a low price. A new #1 from Image Comics in the form of Grim Leaper. Mass Effect Homeworlds issue 2. And here is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 10 with the Shredder cover. This is cover A. And here is the Eastman cover to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #10. And this one, it looks like Shredder is like, hey dudes, what's up? Let's party. Looks kind of funny. Here is the issue 10 variant cover. Star Wars Blood Ties, Boba Fett is Dead, issue #2. We've got a BPRD Hell on Earth one-shot, The Transformation of J.H. O'Donnell. America's Got Powers #2, and Game of Thrones issue 8. Being that this is the 5th Wednesday in the month, both Marvel and DC are holding back a bit. DC doesn't have very many of their main titles shipping this week, but they've given us a bunch of annuals and a couple new titles to look at. And Marvel doesn't have any of their Avengers vs. X-Men books coming out this week, but they do have a bunch of tie-ins available, as well as some second prints and third prints for people that might have missed it earlier. First up, we have Avengers vs. X-Men Round 1. This is a third printing of this book. Here's a third printing of Round 2, a second printing of Secret Avengers #26, a second printing of Uncanny X-Men #11. Here's a second print of New Avengers #25. The books from the Omega Effect storyline all get a second printing, and that's Avenging Spider-Man #6, Punisher #10, and Daredevil #11. When you put all 3 of those side by side, it spells out the Omega Effect. Here's a second printing of Amazing Spider-Man issue 684, and a second printing of Astonishing X-Men #49. Moving on to the new books, we've got Wolverine issue 307, X-Men #29, New Mutants #43, the last in the Exiled storyline, Amazing Spider-Man Annual #39. Here's FF #18, and The Incredible Hulk #8 features somebody else with anger issues, The Punisher. Mark Millar's Super Crooks issue 3, Ultimate Comics issue 11, Powers #10, X-Men Legacy issue 267, this is an Avengers vs. X-Men tie-in, and Wolverine and the X-Men #11. Moving on to DC Comics, the big news out of that company this week is that one of their iconic characters will be coming out as gay in the coming weeks. There was a lot of rumors as to who that was going to be, but the dust has settled now, and it seems that Alan Scott, the Green Lantern of Earth 2, is the one who is going to be the gay character. And with that in mind, you might want to pick up a copy of Earth 2 #1, which is the, I guess the first appearance of Alan Scott from Earth 2 in the New 52 universe. Definitely worth a look. It's a great book anyway. Everybody should read it. New from DC this week, we have a 100-page spectacular, Supergirl and Superman. This has got assorted Superman and Supergirl stories. Here is Young Justice #16. We've got a new #1 from DC today in the form of The Ravagers. Here is the Ravagers variant. Batman Beyond Unlimited #4. Animal Man Annual #1. Finally, guest starring Swamp Thing. We've been waiting for this crossover since issue 1 of the New 52, and here it begins. Batman Annual #1. This is a Night of the Owls tie-in, and it's got Mr. Freeze in it. And lastly from DC, this is the Flash number 9 variant that didn't get sent to us last week. Alright, we've got 2 contest winners to reveal from episode 81 and 82. Let's take a look back at episode 81. We asked, what do you prefer, single issues or trade paperbacks? We liked Aboard Greaser's answer the best. He favors both. There are some books that he collects in trade and others that he collects in single issues. He also mentioned making use of the trades as a way to catch up with the single issues, and we've seen a lot of people do that with The Walking Dead. They'll buy the latest trade, get all caught up, and start collecting the single issues from then on out. Because it's just too much to have to wait 8 or 9 months sometimes to get the next part of the story. And if you can pick it up every month in smaller installments, sometimes that's preferable when you've got a really good story on your hands. For episode 82, in light of all of the hoopla over the Astonishing X-Men number 50 and 51, the marriage issues, we wanted to know who in the comic world you think should get married. And we went with YouTube user Minutia Minute, who said Dexter, the Red Lantern Cat, and Chip, the Squirrel Green Lantern, should be married. And we thought that was great. Considering Marvel is breaking boundaries by being the first of the big two to have a gay marriage issue, we thought that DC could go a step further and not only have a cross-species marriage, a squirrel and a cat, but both are also male. So that would be like extra crazy. So look for that issue coming soon. Time for this week's contest. We're going to do something that we haven't done in the last 4 or 5 episodes, and that's give away a sketch cover. What do you think of this whole 5th Wednesday of the month thing where Marvel and DC stick to their guns and don't release anything on those Wednesdays because it's not part of their 4-week rotation? We're talking about big events like Avengers vs. X-Men or most of the New 52 books. Do you think that they should take a 5th Wednesday into consideration and try to spread out the books more over the course of the month? Or do you prefer getting that 1-week break, if there's a 5th Wednesday? The best answer from the week will win this Defenders issue 1 with a sketch cover by Marvin Law. And yes, it is a wrap cover. So thank you to Marvin for providing this for us. Marvin's a big fan of the show and he wanted to see this given away on one of our videos. So there you go, Marvin. Alright everyone, that is it for this week. Thank you once again for watching. Please take a look at all the other videos that we produce on our channel. We've got fun stuff like previews, reviews, Writing Comics 101 with Ricky Lima, and of course, who could forget, Flavorful reviews. As I've said, we've extended the deadline on the Walking Dead number 109 cover pack. Go to our website to check out details on that. And don't forget that you can connect with us on any of the websites you see listed here on the screen. Take care, everyone. Enjoy your comics this week, and we'll see you all next time for episode 84.